Hello and welcome. Welcome, guys. Watch Go Live tonight because of the massive support that we've been given in the past 24 hours, 48 hours. Before we start getting into it, I want to say a special mention to John Wayne, Gareth and his girlfriend Chloe. Honest to God, you guys are fantastic. After I'd come off the phone with John, after I'd come off the phone with Gareth the other day, you honestly, bro, love them, man. It brought a tear to my eye. It was absolutely mental. Where's Kyle when you want him? Because I don't even know if we're bloody live. Big thank you if you are watching. I'm going to shout Kyle in a minute and tell him to come in and show me how to do this bloody thing because I ain't got a clue. Right, so if we are live, I don't know. Technology ain't my thing. I'm very still old school. People think I'm all tech savvy, and I'm not at all. I'm more of a confident mechanic who knows everything about the motor trade. Been in it for 20 years. Would probably get out of it if I could. Some chat coming through, so I take it we are live. Thank you ever so much for getting involved. I'm going blind in my old age, so I need my glasses. Christopher, thank you, mate. When are you going to do a video on the Nissan Qashqai? To be fair, we're already stupidly busy. Stupidly busy to the point I can never keep up. And the reason for that is because of you guys. There's so many people in so many... A diesel engine to me is a diesel engine. It doesn't matter what make or model it's in. But it's the amount of faults and the amount of vehicles and owners and... How do I explain it? To become a master of one thing, you know less of another. So it was sort of like I said, I specialise in doing a particular vehicle so that I could share what we're learning as things change over the years as fast as we can. And so I'm afraid I'll never be doing a Qashqai unless it's really needed. Because a diesel engine is a diesel engine. So anything about the Qashqai you'll learn from our channel already. Because this is what it's always been about. It's always been about learning from my experiences so I can share with you guys so you don't have to go through what I've gone through over the years. And that's because I cover all sides of the motor trade. Me starting doing the channel were never about becoming YouTube famous. It was never about being big. It were about trying to save people money. Genuinely save people money. Especially when you hear the amount of different stories that I hear on a daily basis where you've got people take cars to main agents, they haven't got a clue. Yet they think they're God and they think they know everything. And it's sort of like... I know what it's like when you've got a lot of things going on. You've got mail order going on, you've got parts, you've got service, you've got sales. And it's really not easy. Particularly when you're dealing in the aftermarket, which are vehicles that are over 60,000 miles and they've got shitloads of problems. But before we get into anything else, let's talk about my last video. I don't know if most of you've seen it, but there's a lot more to it. There's a heck of a lot more to my last video. Don't know if you're aware, or if those of you who haven't watched my last video, I was arrested on Thursday night in and around 8 PM. I received a phone call from the owner of a vehicle which I'd done a repair to, telling me that her vehicle had been stolen and abandoned in a car park below some flats in Bradford. and that I must attend immediately with the key to give it to the police officers. So I thought, that's strange, really strange. And then not 2 minutes after that, I had a phone call from an alleged police officer from a mobile number. I thought again, really strange. So then me and Suzanne decided, right, we'll jump. The story is, basically, to cut a long story short, is I repaired this vehicle going back to a week last Friday, and the customer were ringing me, putting the pressure on. They were desperate for the vehicle. The reason why they were putting the pressure on is because I'd needed a couple of weeks off because of I had a death in my family just before Easter, and it hit me hard. And after what we've been through, it's no secret what we've been through. We've been sharing with you everything that we've been through, and it's never mind. They've been involved and caught up in the middle of me needing time off, which I didn't plan for. So it's affected what work's got done, what vehicles got sent out, what parts got sent out, and it's built up a bit of a backlog, and I do apologise for that. And I sincerely apologise for that. But we'll work at putting it right, but that's another matter. So my point being is, it's fair enough, whatever timescales I might have given them in the very beginning when they got the vehicle delivered to me, I still promised what I said I would do, and get the vehicle up and running. I made them aware of the vehicle was in perfect running order on a week going last Friday by phone, both to the lady who owns the vehicle and her husband, who originally booked it in with me. Neither of them would answer the phone to me, but I did leave a message. I mean, everybody knows, we're a hard-working family, we're cash flow tight, we're end of week. I needed paying for the labour. They paid for the parts up front. The reason why we asked for payments for parts up front is because this situation that I'm just about to explain to you has happened to me and my family so many times. We used to get a customer's vehicle in, do a full repair, parts, labour, not ask for a penny until the job was complete, and we'll pass the vehicle back to the customer, and then we'd ask for payment. But again, we've going back over the years, we've been ripped off that much. It were only last year when we got hit hard with Imex parts that we said, right, enough's enough, we can't do this anymore because it's our money we're losing, never mind working for free, or people are expecting us to work for free because apparently we don't have bills too. And it's one of them, it's sort of like, shock. So, anyway, to cut a long story short, we did a repair to this vehicle. Phones them, makes me aware of it. I thought nothing more of it. I did try and contact them over the weekend. Again, I couldn't get through to them. So I've started presuming that they're possibly away on holiday, innocent thoughts and all that. Because the people that own this car that I've repaired have agreed to pay the fee via email, so that's a contract in place. So I didn't think any more of it, possibly away on holiday. It's that time of year. Nothing more of it. So then we come to Monday of last week. So Monday I rings them again. The vehicle's ready. Leaves a message. No answer. Thought no more of it. So then it turns out Nathan, would you believe, found the Facebook page. And he decided to send them a message. I don't know if you can see that. Via their Facebook page. Not just a message. I don't know if you can see that. But a video. The video I won't play it through this message, but the video that Nathan sent them via their Facebook page, and it's seen, because it's shown down there, it's seen that Nathan sent them the video of the registration and the vehicle running. And he sent that on Monday at 14:45. And then he sent them a message to follow that. Been trying to get a hold of you of you guys since Friday. Engine is fitted, currently pending payment from you guys. Please could you get in contact on our 033 number, 01484 number, or 01274 number. And that was on Monday and Scene. And then they also have a web page. And we've got evidence of us emailing through their web page. Never get a response. So we start getting suspicious. Because when you're a person like I am and you deal with as many people as I do, and we're all in different financial situations, we've all got different lifestyles. So you just get a sense of something when it's getting fishy, if you get my point. And I could just sense it with them. There was just something not quite right. So I thought, alright then, benefit of the doubt. We'll leave it while Friday. They could have had a week off. I won't push the subject in a hope that they'll contact me. So, what they didn't know in the meantime is we're moving. At last, away from Huddersfield, back to Bradford. Yes! Oh, honestly, I could not do that workshop anymore. I could not do that landlord anymore. I could not do that travelling anymore. That M62 is a car park. Then when there's an accident on the M62, the back roads are a nightmare. Oh, they really are. Right, but when you rent a workshop, and you've been through what I've been through, yet your landlord is constantly entering the workshop when either you're there or not there, it don't become your workshop anymore. It's a shared workshop. So you remember the steel container when I first showed you the workshop, the new workshop. We had great plans for that place. We really did. We were really going to, put everything we could into it, do it up to what people expect of me, and people who know me and have known me years is what I can't work from a shithole. It fucking does my head in. It really does. It just winds me up. And then to top that off, I'm getting charged top rent. And he's doing that because it's on a HD1 postcode, which is outside of the city centre. So you're paying for the square footage. But it bumped the price up because it split it into two businesses. So there were no business rates. And that's why I went for that unit. Whereas the unit before that we were in, I got hammered with $6,000 a year business rates that I wasn't expecting. Even the electric bill, the insurance bill. It's sort of like the last unit and the contracts that I naively got into. £600 a month electric, £1,000 a month insurance, £1,200 a month rent. And it's sort of like you've got to try and factor all them prices in at trying to do the repair at a repairable cost. And it's easier said than done. It really is easier said than done. Especially when you're like, we try and do all the very best that we can to help people, whether that be emails through his Gmail, through as many Facebook pages, on the phone. What people don't realise is I had a lot of staff at one point. I had 11 staff working for me, and that were a nightmare. Honestly, they were earning more money than I was. Yeah, I was running around like an headless chicken, kissing everybody's asses, and just digging a big fucking hole for myself. And so that's why we sacked the fucking lot of them. And we said, do you know what? We'll stay a family business regardless. Absolutely regardless. And what I did say at that point is we won't change the philosophy of who we are and what we do. And that's why we've survived. And that's why I've got such a massive friend base. It's not just fucking fans, or it's just people turning into friends. And it's sort of like, because what we're honest. We're honest. One of them, it's sort of like, we make mistakes, we're not perfect, but we'll always hold our hands to them, and try to do something to put something right when we do fuck up. But hey, so mental few days, right, guys. Jodie, thank you for getting involved in loved, because I seen loved. L200 review. I haven't spent enough time with them yet, and I'm going to start doing, because it's one of them. It's I want to be able to use my years of experience to share with other people, because I love the Navara. I just don't love the problems. I've got some customers that I'll tell you what, I've got a 71-year-old customer that loves his Navara, and that poor guy, Gordon he's called. Don't know if you're watching Gordon, he's seen a few of his videos. He's local to us. And that poor man does very little miles, loves his Navara. Grandkids love motor. 18 months ago I had a chassis check. Passed fine. Glowing. No problem, no safety issues, no nothing. So he spent some money on it. Quite a few quid on it, to be honest with you. About £2,500 in different things. Heater matrix. He'd gone through chain issue. It was a DPF Black Death issues. So, you know, he's into £5,000 in repairs. He's just failed its MOT because there's a big hole in chassis. So, yeah. Right, but going back to what happened on Thursday with me getting arrested. Well, I don't know if you've seen it, but how disgusting that was. In a number of ways. And what a total waste of police resources. I were in handcuffs, what the fuck were I going to do? And then for the false allegation from start to finish. And there's another thing, guys. So I've had a video proven, sent her, that I've told her his vehicle on the Monday is running perfectly. It turns out she's actually got a tracking device on her car. And every time I started that car and test drove that car, she knew about it. Yeah. But what she didn't know is we were moving workshops during this week back to Bradford. That's what she didn't know. And oh, please tell me about it. Come on. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, mate. But for somebody to report a false crime just out of getting out of paying my labour fee, it's happened before. Honestly, it's happened before. But to get it on camera were unbelievable. And you know, when I pulled up at where the vehicle were getting recovered from, when I pulled up in a taxi and caught them recovering the vehicle, my phone were dead. Would you believe? I caught a journalist, or a guy in a big fancy Merc, and some lady with a camera. So I put the camera in the faces. I went, "Who are you?" I said, "Have you got anything to do with this?" Right? And then I went to the lady with the camera. I went, "Who are you? Have you got anything to do with this?" And she ran. Honestly, she ran. And that's why, if you watch the video, I were like 30 seconds behind Suzanne and Kyle in the video. If you watch the video, you'll notice. So what happens is Suzanne's walked down this long hill into the car park where she spoke to one of the officers, and he was explaining to her that one of the sergeants were coming down and he'd speak about the situation. You can all hear it clear as day in the video. The other officer was near the shut door. So because I'm trying to find out who these two people are which are filming this incident, right, so I'm 30 seconds behind Suzanne. So I comes down, the second officer's near the shut door, but it's an automatic door, so after a certain time scale, it closes to protect the cars. So as I've come up with this officer and I've got a phone in hand, he's going to try and grab me. So I've resisted. It's like, whoa, what are you doing? What have I done? So he quickly put his arm under the door to stop the shutter door from shutting. So watch the video. So the shutter door starts opening back up. He turned sideways to me because we were face on at first while he was putting his hand under the door. So I thought, so I calmed down. I thought, nothing more of it. Walks in. He starts walking into as if we're walking towards Suzanne and the other officer. So I follows him. By this time, he slows down and I catch up. He jumps on me, starts handcuffing me, without even the opportunity to speak to me, give my side of the story. You're under arrest. Well, because the second officer seen he was struggling me, because I wasn't giving up lightly. If anyone knows me, I do not give up lightly.
Your camera's frozen.
It's been frozen forever.
Well, it's frozen.
Guys, is the camera frozen? Oh man, how do I sort that then? Come on, Kyle. Guys, anything know about YouTube where I can get the camera working? Right, I'll end the stream and I'll restart it. Alright. I'll end the stream and restart. Are we back? What? Turn camera off and on. How the fuck do I do that? Fuck? Honest to God, where's the 14-year-old when you want him? Fucking how the fuck do you turn camera on and off? Anyway, I'll keep fucking chatting while I'll try and find this fucking thing. So yes, fucking jumped on me. Didn't even give me the opportunity to say, you know, come on, what have I done? So it turns out this owner of the vehicle has got a tracker on the car, and because he didn't want to pay the bill, they decided, yeah, we'll report it as stolen to the police. Stolen and abandoned. Oh, alright. But you know, I've sent you a fucking video of it running, but you're gonna try and use police power to get your fucking car back. Guys, honestly, when I say how many times this has happened, do you know why there were never ever, and you'll honest to God, guys, do you know why there were never an end video of the GTR? It's because I worked on that car for fucking 2 weeks and never got paid. I did get paid a penny in labour, 70 quid. He owed me 1,400 quid. What it is, do you remember the MP300 video that I did regarding that coolant pipe? 3.5 grand I were owed on that. Never got paid. And do you know what it is? What I've learned in that is somebody somewhere has developed this little fucking hate book where you can go and, oh, this is how to dispute getting out paying. This is how to dispute getting out paying. Leave it to the right at the very end. Have you got anything in writing? And it's like, oh my God, the amount of triers that I've had. So we never got paid for the MP300. We never got paid for the GTR, still to this day. And then you get this And it's sort of like, when does it stop? All trades go through this. Absolutely all trades. Because 95% of my customer base is self-employed. And you speak to them, they'll all tell you very similar stories to what I'm telling you right now. Again, I am still trying to fucking restart this thing. Replay, but I fucking know. So, anyway. So, to cut a long story short, I got released without charge because obviously I've done nothing wrong. I've got the customer's car up and running, and they've got away with outpaying me. Another thing that somebody else has mentioned to me is she's been online telling everybody the vehicle's been here on such and such a date, a vehicle's been there on such and such a date, because she's tracking it. Well, how the fuck can it be stolen if she's tracking it? How the fuck can it be stolen if I've sent her an email of a video that the fucking thing's running? Yeah. So I got let out without charge. Happy days. Lost another day's work. The irony of that video, another thing, if you've watched it, guys, do you remember when they put me in handcuffs around the police car? They'd searched me, if you remember, before they put me in the car. They searched me. And the copper pulled the key out of my pocket and showed it up proudly. Here, I've got the key to the stolen car. It didn't belong to that fucking car. Nathan had given the officers the key before I had arrived. That's why they were driving it to the back of the fucking recovery truck. The fucking key that they confiscated from me belongs to a different customer, which I have currently sat in my garden. Oh. That poor customer needed his vehicle back yesterday. This customer is like many other customers. Call Mark. Absolute diamond. Absolute diamond. But he really needed that car. He come with me, he's been badly ripped off before he come with me, and his car were a mess. From top to bottom, all around, it were a mess. I've never seen an engine so badly built in my life. And even before this happened, we were speaking together, just like I speak now to you, or speak to anybody. It's openly, honestly, we say how it is. So he'll tell you, probably in the near future. And his engine was so poorly built, it were constantly rattling. There were bolts galore wrong. There were dirt everywhere, which scored bearings, crank, the works. So I used all my favours and all my contacts to be able to save them as much as I can by using quality used parts rather than buying modern cheap shit. Because the old quality parts, well, some of them were quality with Nissan 20 years ago. So yeah, anyway, to cut a long story short, that key that they confiscated out of me, that they thought was for that stolen vehicle, is still not in my possession. The customer who owns that key has had to spend 3 hours at Huddersfield Police Station today to speak to the sergeant to put in a complaint because he's lost money because he's self-employed and he needed me to repair his vehicle during the course of this weekend. Now I can't have the key back until Tuesday. But apparently they're going to deliver the key to my house out of courtesy because they wrongly confiscated the key, which didn't even belong to the vehicle, which allegedly was stolen. But obviously wasn't. Do you know what I did this morning, guys? I actually phoned the owner of the vehicle who'd alleged to me, or alleged to the police that I'd stolen her vehicle. I actually called her and left a message on her mobile. And I said, I'm willing to drop the whole thing, not mention a thing to anybody else. I won't go public. Can we deal with this as adults in a civilised manner, and we'll hear no more from it. I then phoned her husband and I said exactly the same thing. But what I said was, on either of the both answer phones, was, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you half an hour. I want you to think about it. what I've just said, and I'm going to call you back. So I left it nearly an hour, and I called him. I called the husband first, and lo and behold, still again, no answer to my call. So that's what's initiated this live stream tonight, guys, because fuck knows what's going on with the camera. Suzanne, can you try and get hold of Kyle and get him to come in? Suzanne, can you get hold of Kyle? Can you get hold of Kyle? Sorry about this, guys. Right, what I'll do, I'll tell you guys, what I'll do. It's been a bit of me rambling on so far. So, how about we have a break now, call it 10 minutes, and because obviously I'm new to all this, and I need to have a look at what people are saying, try and respond. You're not thinking I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. Because doing this channel, doing the videos, it's not about me. It's about the motor trade in the whole, for everyone. And if we can have a laugh and a giggle along the way, fuck it, let's have a laugh and a giggle. So right, I'll end it. I'll try and get hold of our Kyle, and we'll come back on. What? Give it 10 minutes, guys. Thumbs up. Thanks for your support. Honestly, man. See you soon.